Jim here with JB's Big Adventure, coming to you from Lake Chapala, Mexico. And right now, I am here at the plaza in Ajijic. And I don't think I've ever shot a video here at all in 4 years. So I decided just to go a different path and come to a different location. So yes, this video is all talking about the risks that you're going to be taking looking at moving to Lake Chapala, Mexico. So first on the list is you're going to have to adapt to a fully new environment. If you're coming from the States or if you're coming from Canada, it's a totally different place. Now, why is that? Well, for one, it's a new country. So there is the language barrier, if in fact you don't already speak Spanish, that you'll have to deal with. Now, I tell folks, there's no requirement of you being able to speak Spanish before you come here. But I would say that it really goes a long ways. And if I was looking at something that which I probably would have done differently, I would say it's probably learned more Spanish before I even got here. So something else that you need to know, because I know a lot of people talk about the fact that I just talk about positive things all the time, and that's really the whole channel is all about helping encourage other people to make the move and such. But there'll be disappointments. There'll be your own parts of your life that there'll be disappointments. With that, there'll be discouragements. There's going to be things that aren't necessarily going to go the exact way that you wish that they were going, or that they were running, or things go as fast as you thought they should, because they probably won't. So, being that it's a new environment, there'll be fear, and there's going to be stress, and there's going to be anxiety. And just to let you know up front, I want to tell you that it won't be, though, as bad as you might think it might be. I want to share something with you. I've got on here that fear is nothing more than false evidence appearing real. 97% of the times, the things that we get fearful about never happen. Never happen. And we live literally our whole entire life thinking that, in fact, something's going to happen to our life. And you know what? Then it doesn't. But we, in fact, actually lived our entire life dealing with that. So just know that that's something that you're probably going to have to deal with, but it isn't going to be as bad of a deal as you probably thought it would be. Okay, the next one. It will be costly. It will be costly of time and money. And this is really something that you have to think about and just understand and be prepared for in advance. You're going to have to travel to Mexico. You're probably going to do one trip that you're going to come down and check out what Lake Chapala, Mexico is all about. That's going to be costly. You might not be taking time off work because you might already be retired, but I mean, you're going to get airline tickets, you're going to have lodging, you're going to have a rental car. There's going to be a lot of things, a hotel to stay at, Airbnb. So there'll be that financial investment. Also, I would encourage you, if you've never been here before, to take my Boots on the Ground tour. What that does is it literally gives you on the ground, straightforward feeling of what the vibe, what this place is all about, and what it's like. That will be something that I would say is going to be really important when it comes to your total decision, because this is going to be, you want to be making an educational decision, not just maybe going on something you thought might be, but be able to do it in a way that you definitely are going to know this is where you want to live. If you have interest and you would like to talk to me about my tour, feel free to reach out to me on my email address. I will actually have that right here in the video. So what I would say to you is I would strongly recommend that for you. There's going to be decisions that you're going to have to make. Selling the house or maybe renting the house out. We've got a lot of folks, what they do is they actually go ahead and sell the house. So there's all the steps that go into making that happen, and also about renting it out. So do you want to hire a management company that comes in and actually rents your place out for you or not? It just all depends on where you're at with that. Then there's no choice. Are you going to move your whole house down here? Are you looking at selling everything? If you're looking at selling everything, then what are you going to do when it comes to that? You're going to have a garage sale? Are you going to have an estate sale? Those are the decisions that you'll have to make sure that you make. I would say that it's really, really important to know that this is the place you want to come to. And that's why I'm really sharing with you maybe some of the good, bad, and the ugly, I guess, somewhat, of what things there are that are going to be important factors for your life, for your retirement life. So, again, I would say that my boots on the ground will give you a really, really good feel. Another one, you're going to miss your family and friends. Now, is that a big deal to you? Do you have close relationships that you've got people that are really, really close to you that's going to be important for you to be able to connect with? Here's what I tell folks that come down, they say they miss their family, is the Guadalajara airport is only half an hour away from Lake Chapala. So it is really easy to get to the airport and then be able to, just in a few hours, be anywhere in the States or flying back up to Canada. So that's a real benefit if you're looking and you get homesick for the kids or for the grandkids. It's really, really easy and affordable to be able to get on a plane and be back in the States. I would say another thing about that is that I've heard from folks, and that is I'll ask them as we're out on the tour, what do their kids feel about things, or what does their family feel about things? And it's really funny that I hear from parents a lot that, you know what, the kids live just down the street from us and we never see them. We never see them. So when they come here, they're not really concerned about getting any kind of permission or even look at making it a big deal of any sort of coming here, because maybe their relationship isn't like others are. So I realize there's a lot of dysfunction in families, and I know that there's folks that come here, they have no interest in being concerned about what the family thinks. So nothing wrong with that, though. Here's another thing. You're going to experience culture shock. Just know that this is going to be a totally different place that you come to. When we first moved here, we knew nobody. We'd been to the church one time, but other than that, we didn't know anybody. So where do you start? How do you put this all together? How do you become acclimated to what's here? Well, there's the language barrier. So if you know some Spanish, that's going to go a long ways for you. That will go a long ways. The acclimation period, that just really all depends on you. How active is your lifestyle? Are you just more somebody who stays in your own place and doesn't really get out and about? You know, what is it about your life that might need to be acclimated? Some people aren't really outgoing or need to be around friends. Well, then that makes it easier for you. There are some that want to be out with friends and want to be out and mix with a lot of other people. So those are one of the things that is a really important thing to think about when in fact you're looking at moving to Mexico. The Mexican lifestyle is another thing. So the Mexican lifestyle is very, very slow paced. We don't really do anything fast in Mexico. And they say about mañana, and that really is the case of things here. In fact, when you're looking at being here, that's one of the reasons why we came. So I could get into the unfast zone, and you'll find that life here is just really, really wonderful because you don't have to be high paced and have to be on the move all the time. The other thing is handling currency. You know, when you go to the ATM here in Mexico and you want to get out money, well, it's not going to be spitting out Canadian or American money. It's going to be pesos. How do you get used to how much the bills are worth? The conversion. How do you know? That's just about getting acclimated. Something you've got to learn how to do. Know that $1 US dollar right now is about 20 pesos. So if something's $5, that will be 100 pesos. If something is $50, that's 1,000 pesos. So you end up learning that. And you end up learning what the coins look like and which ones are which and what their value are. So that's something you'll end up getting. Something I think has been real important for me is you'll experience peace and tranquility, contentment, joy being here. That makes a big difference when it comes to living life like you'd like to be able to live it. Another thing, there's an application process. Now, when I say application, it means that everybody has to qualify. Well, there's a process to qualify. And you first have to start with the Mexican consulate, whatever city, state, or country that you're in, to start the process. There's paperwork. You're going to have a lot of things you're going to have to come up with to be able to prove, and that can be intimidating. And just realize it's something that we all go through. That is something that, as you come here and you're new, that you have to get used to. And it isn't really all that bad. It's just realize it all works out. It always does. The solvency requirement, depending on if you're looking at coming as a temporal visa holder, resident, or permanente. They both have different income requirements, whether it's how much money that you have in the bank for a certain period of time, whether it's 6 months or whether it's a year, or whether you have income coming in on a monthly basis that you could prove that's hit your bank account for X number of months or a year. So that's something that will take some getting used to. And also know that it takes time. It takes time, it takes money. And as I said, there's going to be things that you're going to have to acclimate to and get used to and realize this is just all part of the process. Part of the process of wanting to live a retirement life here at Lake Chapala. I wanted to once again say and show this to you. And the reason I do is because even though that you're going to be going through your own stress and anxiety and discomfort, and because you're also going to have the disappointments and the discouragements, just know it's all going to blow over. It won't be something that is necessarily going to stop you. Just realize it's just part of the process of making the move here. So that's something that is just part of the process. It's just something you have to go through. So one of my least favorite subjects is Facebook, because there's a lot of conscientious people looking for information about moving to Lake Chapala, retiring, and the fear of the unknown, anxiety and stress of things that you have no control over, or you don't really know what to experience with that. It'll be important to know that it all will blow over. Now, the thing I want to share with you, you talk to friends that says, Mexico, why are you moving to Mexico? Isn't it dangerous? The word I have is this, and that is, when you are here, that isn't something that you even think about, because the fact that being here is such a wonderful place to actually be able to live a retirement life. So cartels, I mean, the cartels fight against other cartels. It isn't them coming to a town and shooting everybody up. That's not the way it works. In 2021, when I started this channel, I was told that the expat community here at Lake Chapala on the North Shore brings in over $500 million into the economy. So if the expats were no longer here, this place would dry up pretty much, would dry up. So just know that the things that you're going to hear from people, realize that there's those that have no filter. They're just going to say things without really even know the truth. But I would say you got to really be careful about Facebook, because there is no accountability. You can put anything on Facebook and people are going to see that and think that that's God's truth. So just know that that isn't the case. And you have to be careful with the voice that you listen to. Just know that everybody wants to feel like they are the expert and they have all the answers. Well, I've been here for 4 years. I've had this channel now 4 years. We will be permanente this next month. I've shot over 500 videos all about Lake Chapala and retiring here. So I'd say there's a pretty good amount of experience and authority that I know that takes place here. And my thing is all, how can I help other people be able to make the trip? So, well, you know what? I just hope that something here that I've shared with you has been real helpful for you. I hope that maybe some questions that you might have had kind of got answered a little bit during this video. And if you'd like to reach out to me and speak to me, just know that I will, in fact, I'll have my email address at the bottom of the video, so you're welcome to reach out. Just go ahead and reach out to me by email. Include a good contact number for me to reach you back at. You're more than happy to do that. So, as always, have an awesome day. Thank you again for being a part of this channel and supporting this community. We'll see you next time, and we'll see you on the next video.